afternoon, Mrs. Gonzalez. How are you doing today?
I need help. I can't do this anymore. I just need help.
Okay. Well, my name is Jessica Butler, and just before we get started, I want to make sure when you came into the office today that they had you fill out your paperwork for our confidentiality agreement and informed consent.
Yes.
Okay. And did you have any questions about those?
No.
Okay. Please continue.
So currently my husband and I were living out of our car along with our 5-year-old and 7-year-old and 9-year-old children. We've been trying to find a job, but we just can't anymore. Nobody seems to have anything available, so we can't. Like, all of the money that we had saved up has been depleted. I can't do this anymore. I really need help.
Okay. How long have you been looking for a job now?
We just moved here a few weeks ago. Currently it's gonna be 2, and we were prepared to have to wait some time in order to find a job, but we didn't plan for this, and we can't do this anymore.
Understandably, living out of a car is never a good situation. And I apologize. You've been in the area for 2 weeks and haven't been able to find work. That has to be tough on your family. You said you've depleted all your resources at this point, so no savings of any kind. What brought you to the area?
Well, we were informed that we were gonna get a good job here, and there were pretty good schools for my children in the area, and their education is important for me, so we took the chance, and unfortunately it was a bad decision, but we just really need some help to get back up.
Okay. So at this point, you'd want to be able to find a job, and obviously get you out of your car. Is there anything that's contributing to you having a hard time finding work?
Right now, I really need to get my children into school. We're starting the paperwork, but unfortunately, since we don't have anywhere to stay, the school is asking for more information. So I'm at a difficult choice right now. We're at a difficult path to see what to do.
Okay, and so we've got, you said 9. What were the other ages of your children?
7 and 5.
7 and 5. Okay, so everyone's eligible for elementary school, and I assume that we're trying to get everybody into the same school?
Yes.
I've been here 2 weeks and haven't been able to find a job. Are there any other issues that make it difficult for you to find work?
I mean, my husband has a bit of it in him. He struggles with a limp sometimes, but he's still willing to find a job to help us, and I'm willing to find a job too.
Okay, so is your husband on disability?
No.
Okay, that's something that we should look into. All right. And so does your husband primarily work, or do you also?
I work part-time as much as I can because I want to be there for the children when they need help with their homework or stuff like that.
Okay, and what kind of work do you normally do?
I do some housekeeping, but anything that's open, I really don't care. It's as long as I have some money to help my children out, to help my family out, it's fine with me.
Okay, and now I know that you said you're currently staying out of your car. Do you also currently have a resume? I know you don't have access, obviously, to a computer in your vehicle, but...
No, as of right now, I don't. But if I can get some help to make one, I definitely can spend the time to do that.
Okay, because that's something that could help you along with the job search. Okay, and so we want to find you some work. We want to get the kids into school. We want to get you out of your car. Was there anything else that brought you into the office today?
My children need to get their shot records updated. That's one of the things that we've also been having an issue on.
Okay, so immunizations. Okay, and I know in some circumstances, children under a certain age, I think are eligible for free immunizations, or I know there's discounts. So that's something that we can definitely look into for as well. And was there anything else?
That's everything. Like, if I can get help with this, I would really appreciate it. My children need to be able to just go to school and get a better education.
Well, and here at the Service Center, we do have emergency funds available in situations like yourself where you're currently staying out of your car. Have you also looked for any housing yet?
Everything that we find is way above our budget. This area is slightly expensive. We've tried to look in different areas, at least around, but it's a bit too far, and we just need to see if there's different options that anybody can help us find. Honestly, our search is a bit limited to basically what we can see because of the fact that we don't really have internet access.
Understandable. Well, and I know in those situations, the public library is usually available to people to use their computers. I don't know how much they charge for that, so that's something that we can look into as well. But if we were able to get you into some affordable housing, is that something that you'd be interested in?
Definitely.
Okay, so we'll get the paperwork started on that. And I think you'll find that once we get you into a stable housing situation, it might be easier at that point to come by a job. I know sometimes employers, if there isn't a permanent address of some kind, usually tend to steer away from hiring those people. And that just comes down to paperwork and logistics. But I think once we get that started, we can go ahead and get you set up with a career counselor, and they can help you start working on a resume and hopefully get you back into work. We'll get the paperwork started for your husband for disability, and I know when we start looking into the housing situation, we can look at the schools in that area for the kids, if that's something that you'd be interested in.
Yes, please. I'm definitely thinking if there's daycare available. I know that some schools provide them after school.
Mm-hmm.
That way me and their father can get more work, like get another part-time job so we can get a little bit more money in. They're gonna need stuff for their uniform. They're gonna need money for their uniform and their school supplies. So we need to. We're planning for that as well.
Absolutely. Well, I think this is the start of a good plan here. If this sounds good to you, and we'll get moving forward with this. And while we're getting all this started, I'll want to see you back here in my office. I'll have you make an appointment up front to see how the housing went and how far we've gotten along with the career counselor. And I'm going to give you my card when we leave. It'll have my hours as well as my number on it. At any point during those hours, if you need to get a hold of me through all this process, I'll be available at that time.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, Ms. Gonzalez. Thank you so much for coming in today.